So now comes the fun part. What we're going to do in the update function here is we're going to check if we're following the camera. So if follow camera, meaning inside the inspector panel we have checked off the box and we want it to follow the camera, we're going to do some crazy math now. We're going to take the background, transform.position.x, and we're going to set it equal to something. So the background's horizontal position should be equal to this. Okay, now this math is a bit tricky, so I'm going to go ahead and type it in and then explain it to you. We're going to say camera.main.transform.position.x minus capital X divided by the offset. Okay, so what we're doing is we're taking the camera's current position horizontally, we're subtracting the original position, which could be a positive or negative value, and then we're dividing it by our offset. So if the camera is at 100 right now and its original position was 0, then it will be at 100. So this would equal, this stuff in the parentheses would equal 100. And then we're dividing by our offset. But if our offset is set to say 20, that means that our background's X position will only be equal to 5. So for every 100 units that the camera moves, the background will only move 5. And because it's happening in the update, it will actually be a smooth transition as the camera follows the player. Okay? So what if we don't want to follow the camera? How complex is that code? Well, I'm going to show you right now in the else statement. So if we do not want to follow the camera, we want it to go in the opposite direction. Okay, let me show you what this does right now. Okay, so if I go back to my game, and hopefully it won't give me an error because there's nothing in the else statement. Okay, it won't. So we grab background 1, and we put on our parallax, and we set our offset to say 10. Okay, and we check follow camera. When we play the game here, our player moves, and you can see it in the background. The background is moving, but if I move to the right, the background moves to the right. When I move to the left, the background moves to the left. Sure, it's slower, which is what we want because it's parallax. Things in the distance move slower than the things up front. This is the purpose. What if we want it to go against the camera? Okay? We don't want it to follow the camera like it is now. We want it to go the opposite direction. Well, to do that, the code is extremely simple. We're going to highlight this line, press Control C to copy it, come down here in the else, press Control V to paste it. We're going to take this minus X part off. We're going to go back to the front of the parentheses and we're going to say X, that's capital X, minus. So just by flipping this equation, we're now taking the original position and subtracting the camera's current position. Up here we say current minus original. Down here we say original minus current position. Okay? So if this again is 0 and the camera's current position is at say 100, then this will equal negative 100. Negative 100 divided by 20 is negative 5. Meaning so while the camera moves in a positive direction, the background will move in a negative direction, and vice versa. Okay? If the camera moves negative, the background will move positive. And I could save this script, head back into Unity, and I can show you how this works right now on the background. So if we set our offset here down to something crazy low like 2, and I turn off follow camera and press play, you'll see that when I move to the left, the background moves to the right. So you check out this crate here, and you follow this left edge, you'll notice that right now it's lined up with this smokestack skyscraper thing. But if I move to the left, now that skyscraper's over on this edge. So we get that parallax effect. Okay? So to make this even more interesting, what we can do is set it on the background number 2 as well. So if background 1's parallax offset at 10 units away is set to 5 and background 2 is 20 units away, that's twice as much, that means that if we add the parallax script, then the offset should be twice as much as background 1. So then we set this one to 10. And this one is not set to follow the camera, neither is this one. Okay? So what we can get is this effect where both backgrounds, you'll notice this one, the lighter colored background, moves a lot slower than the front one, but it is still moving. Okay? Like you'll notice the edge of this this building here will actually be behind the rail by the time I move out of picture. Well, you can't see it there, but right here, these two lines are pretty lined up, but by the time I move over here, they're way off. Both backgrounds are currently moving, okay? But because we've set up the parallax, because they're twice the distance apart from 0, that's the effect we get. So in this simple script, like I said, less than 20 lines, I've made a parallax, I guess we've made a parallax system. Okay? If you really want to try out some really crazy, weird effects, you can actually go in here and set the background 2 to follow the camera. So the background 2 will actually stick with the camera while the front one moves with it. And that gives you some really weird effects. Or if you just want to really mess with the math, go ahead and change the offset on 1 or on background 2 to the same thing as offset on background 1. So this one's set to 5 and does not follow the camera, while background 2 is set to 5 as well, but it does follow the camera. Okay? So then we get this effect where they are completely opposing each other. And you can see this little black indent right here in the game window. This little black dip in the building moves with the camera while the darker gray background moves against the camera. Okay, so you have options with this script to either follow with the camera or not to follow with the camera. And of course, if you change the offset to a value like 1, you get some really, really crazy results. Once you get into the range of, say, like 20, 30, even 40, it'll be really, really hard to actually see your background move. It almost looks like it's not moving at all. But while this front one is set to 1, it makes it look like my player is, like, the background should not move faster than my player. Okay? And that's what it's doing there. By setting it to 1, you're essentially dividing by 1, which is the same as doing nothing at all. Okay? So basically keep your offset higher than 1. 2 is fine, 5, 10, 15. Once you get into the 20, 30, 40 range, it's going to be hard to see things move. But it's all up to you and how you want to design your game. So that concludes parallax scripting. I think that's pretty much everything for this video. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for next time.